usually they never remove the gum from the bottom of the chairs.
Are we gonna do this with
thumbnail? Some devil shit, bro.
I think it's okay.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Benji and Anthony, and welcome to the bar for the featured review of
Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't understand the title, but it was a great movie.
It's a homecoming. He's in high school. He's homecoming to become Spider-Man. But this movie was fantastic and was directed by
Jon Watts.
He hasn't done a lot of movies. He does this one movie that I wanted to watch but never had a chance to. It's called Clown. I think it's on Netflix. It
looks really sinister.
It looks very dark. So a complete turnaround for this one.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just gonna say it, guys. We found our Peter Parker. We found our Spider-Man. This is the movie we've all been waiting for in the sense of Spider-Man. We've tried 3 times and we finally came up with the right one. And I think it's because what Tom Holland did as Peter Parker. He made that character. He did the perfect job of having the balance between the alter ego and the actual superhero, which I've always said the alter ego, in my opinion, is the superhero, and the real hero is the original person in the suit. Mm-hmm. So that's always what I've said, and that's what they've done. We've seen people like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they were good in one part but not the other, or
right.
And
it was lopsided.
Exactly. So it was, you have Tobey Maguire being a good Peter Parker, which was nerdy, but he was kind of a lame Spider-Man. Yep. And then you had Andrew Garfield being a gorgeous looking Spider-Man, but Peter Parker was never handsome and was never cool and suave kind of thing.
And Europeanish.
Yeah. So it was a little bit off, but Tom Holland did a great job. I think he's an upcoming actor. I think he's going to do amazing things in the future. He just gave you this sense of what a geek is. A geek and nerdy guy.
He's every man's Peter Parker.
Exactly. He doesn't feel like he's a pretty boy. He doesn't feel like he's just a regular kid. It's a regular kid coming up in high school that has high school problems. He's in this movie specifically. He's 15, so he is very young. He's a very young Spider-Man. But what this movie also brought to you was other characters that made the movie. Personally, I and we kind of go on and off about this one, but Michael Keaton as Vulture was amazing. I'm not spoiling anything. Remember, this is non-spoiler.
Amazing, Ben.
I think he was amazing.
Really good.
I think he was amazing because not only did it's Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is a great actor.
Yeah, you love.
He's a great. I love Michael Keaton's Batman. I think he's my favorite Batman of all of them. But he gave me passion in something that movies don't do these days, especially superheroes. Was give me a villain that I care about.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
In every movie that I've seen up to this day, there's rarely that you see villains that you really care about. In the sense of, if you guys seen Split, you get a villain that you cared about from beginning to end. What they're about, why they're about, how they're about. This one, Michael Keaton gave me that from beginning to end. He made me care, and he made me hate him, and he made me love him, and he made me do all of these things. Of course, a villain could only have so much camera time, and I think that's why maybe he was lacking in the parts. And it's just because you want to focus on the hero, who wants to focus always on the villain kind of thing, right?
I agree.
But besides that, there's other characters. I know you
the supporting cast, right?
You really liked. Yeah.
I really liked Zendaya as Michelle.
You guys are losers.
And then his best friend, Peter Parker's best friend Ned, is played by Jacob Batalon.
So they're both kind of like their best friends,
right? And one of them was like, they were actually polar opposites. One was like, "Oh my god, I love you, dude. You're my best friend," and the other one was like, "I could care less about you."
Yeah,
but maybe not.
Yeah, like you could get a vibe. You get a vibe, like, and in every superhero movie,
and they kind of tease her about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's a high school thing. You feel that high school flow for it, and they did really good. Zendaya, even though she had minor parts, even Ned, they had.
And
I
didn't even recognize her in this. I know she's very pretty and glamorous in real life, and here she was very stripped down, very plain Jane.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was something to where you really see high school kids in high school. You have this really cocky, smart ass.
Oh yeah, character. The guy from the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah, you have like the but see that he was even a geek. So that was the thing, like it gave you focuses on all of that, and that's what made this movie great. It brought you a supporting cast,
and it's a well-rounded cast. It's a well-rounded everybody as you believe everybody. You believe everybody. The nerds are the nerds. The annoying parents are the annoying parents. Aunt May.
Tony Stark is Tony Stark.
Tony Stark is Tony Stark. But Aunt May for me was a little young. I'm used to an older
Yeah,
woman.
me too. It was a little weird because there's a lot of
By Marisa Tomei,
even
right?
in the trailers. There's a lot of hitting on Aunt May, and I picture how old is she? Wait, she's younger in this one.
Yeah.
But she wasn't for the part she was in. She did great. She did a good job. She was Aunt May, and that's what's really cool. She was the support to what Spider-Man is, kind of thing. But besides that, the one thing I really liked about this story, this movie, without spoiling anything, is that it's an origin story without being something that we've heard of before.
Yeah.
In the original ones, we heard a lot about Uncle Ben, and this one, there is no Uncle Ben in this one.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Right?
There is no Uncle
and
Ben.
How many times can we hear that?
Exactly. In this one specifically, like in the MC universe, it's been in news, so don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. There is no Uncle Ben. They haven't announced an Uncle Ben to be in this MCU. So it's something to where they wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to make Tom Holland give you what he's about, what as an actor. And I love that. This origin was amazing. It had me laughing. It had me worried. It had me surprised. There's a bunch of surprises in this movie that were amazing.
The jokes were landed every time. I didn't think of any joke that did not land in this movie.
And they weren't cheesy. They weren't like out of this world funny. But it was just little things here and there. Even things
I
that you
think
see in
that's the
trailer.
talent in Tom Holland is that he can deliver a line and it's just like, oh my god, this is a 15-year-old high school kid who happens to be Spider-Man.
Exactly.
And I really love that.
And yeah, and even when he's interacting with like principals or teachers, and, like as Peter Parker, he gives you these facial expressions that like, oh, that's what I would do because I'm like that.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. This movie's relatable. You could put yourself in those shoes. Maybe not in Spider-Man's shoes, but you can put yourself in that sense of what Peter Parker went through, what Michael Keaton went through, what Tony Stark went through, what like every situation that you've been, you've either been on either one side or the other in those situations. And I think that's what's great. Everybody in the theater was laughing.
Yeah.
Everybody in the theater was surprised. Like
Cheering.
Exactly. Cheering. Like it was something that we finally got, which was a Spider-Man. We finally got the Spider-Man we've been looking forward to. Visually, the movie was beautiful. I do say I wish there was a little bit more action.
Really?
I think there wasn't enough, but I get why, because of the story.
I'll tell you what. One of the things that I didn't really care about is there's like in the beginning, and I know they want to make it feel like this is just like an everyday occurrence, but the filming with the cell phone in the beginning, and I was like, oh my god, this is kind of going on a little longer than I would want it to. It's becoming a little Blair Witch for me. And then boom, they changed it into the panoramic, the bright colors, and I really like that.
And yeah, like it brought you like twist of like of modern days. So that's the cool thing about it.
I think that was the first joke that got everyone laughing. Is you see Spider-Man and it says a film by Peter Parker.
Yeah,
and that just sets the tone. Like everybody was laughing.
And that's online. So we are not spoiling. That is online. There is trailers for that. I'll put links down below if you guys want to check that out. But stuff like that is online, and it's amazing. It's great because it gives you this modern feel to the movie. It doesn't feel old. It doesn't feel like this was in the past. This is present. This is happening. So guess what, guys? We have a young Spider-Man being developed, becoming what we want to be Spider-Man. Easter eggs left and right kind of thing. Little hints of future things that are going to happen. Overall, I'm happy. I'm happy that they did this. I'm happy that we finally are starting to see new faces. And directors are believing in these new faces. They're giving these new faces a chance. And
that's something that you've been talking about
exactly.
all year, actually.
It's just something where, like, you can't have the same guy. And yeah, they used Michael Keaton, but when's the last time we see Michael Keaton besides Birdman? Like, that's the only thing. True. And even those are giving you new faces that look potentially amazing. Like, they could do our great things. They could be the next whatever superstar we've seen in the past. And I love that about this movie. I love that it's so... It's your homecoming. It's kind of like your high school all over again because everybody's been through that situation.
The music was excellent too.
Yes,
Whoever chose these tracks for this movie was spot on. I just like the fact that we're getting summer movies that we as a paying customer deserve these kind of movies.
I'm a little tired of superheroes. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a refresher. It's a refresher to. What they did was pretty much what they did with X-Men, which was kind of axe everything that's happened in the past and brought it to the present.
And I'm actually happy. I'm happy. I actually do not want to go see those movies ever again. I just want to start here and let's move forward.
Exactly. And thank you. I'm happy Sony's finally come to terms to where, we might be able to get, these combinations. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the next one. I know they are filming part 2. Not right now, but they're going to start. I'm happy that he's in the universe. Tom Holland, thank you for the amazing performance you gave us. But you know what? Let's get straight into the score. What do you think, man?
10. I give it a perfect 10.
Same here. It's one of my top 5s of this year, hands down. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. Because honestly, if we start talking about the bad parts, we're just nitpicking. We're just nitpicking at stuff that shouldn't be nitpicked because...
What's our favorite nitpick? It's long.
It's long.
It's
That's
a little
it.
long.
A little bit of motion sickness here and there. But besides that, everything looks great. You know, the costume design could be a little bit different, but overall, I'm happy.
Great
Thank
film.
you for a beautiful film that we finally deserved, you know, to give that right to what Spider-Man should be.
Yeah.
Alright guys, don't forget to hit the like button down below and also comment down below on what villain you think Spider-Man 2 Homecoming Part 2 Senior Prom Part 2 should be. What do you guys think? What do you think, man?
I would love Mysterio.
Mysterio sounds pretty good. No one's ever done them. I have read that they're gonna do villains that I haven't done. So that sounds good. Maybe Venom or Carnage. Carnage would be pretty fun to see, especially because of the movie coming up. But let us know. Let us know down below in the comments.
Don't forget to check us out on social media. We're very big on. We're really big in our own heads. We're really big on Instagram. We're big on Facebook, and we also do Twitter and Tumblr.
Yeah, there's links down below so you can follow us there. Alright guys, if you like this review and you like our other videos, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a good one.